Australian bushfire crisis. In response to breaking and ongoing news, AskReddit would like to acknowledge the current state of emergency declared in Australia. The 2019 to 2020 bushfires have destroyed over 2,500 buildings, including over 1,900 houses, and killed 27 people as of January 7, 2020. Currently a massive effort is underway to tackle these fires and keep people, homes, and animals safe. Our thoughts are with them and those that have been impacted. Please use this thread to discuss the impact that the Australian bushfires have had on yourself and your loved ones, offer emotional support to your fellow Redditors, and share breaking and ongoing news stories regarding this subject. As an Australian, I want to thank the international community for acknowledging the extent of this crisis and their ongoing support. I'm not directly affected by the fires, but it's amazing to see complete strangers across the world donate to our charities and send firefighters to help us and the animals during this time. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Edit. Thank you for all the comments and support. I agree, our government should be doing more and it's a shame that we have to resort to asking for help. I hope our government is held accountable. As others have said, many other countries are faced with devastating floods or other disasters due to climate change. Please, let's make an effort to be better and challenge those in power to do better. Climate change is real, we have one planet. Let's take care of it. Random lady in the US, our family donated 50 odd to wildlife causes through https://www.wires.org.au. We have a whole middle school fundraising in teams called Wallaby Wombat and Kookaburra. None of the kids we know who are doing this have ever been to Australia, but they care, a lot. I think at last count there have been over 1 billion native animals lost in the fires. I am an Aboriginal man and can say that the soul of my land is crying at the devastation. So many living things have been called back home to the Dreamtime place. Thank you all for your help. As a Californian, I thought our wildfires are bad, but this is nothing compared to Australia. It's the most apocalyptic thing I've seen. Saw a pic and it straight up looked like Armageddon with the amount of red in the picture. It's crazy that even New Zealand have red skies. The distance between Australia and New Zealand is like the distance between California and Kansas. NZ, the shock I felt when I looked at my watch, thinking it was time to close up for the night, and realized it was only 5 p.m. was like I'd be struck by lightning. My brain switched from thing I heard about in the news to thing that is actually happening and is affecting millions of people. For the record, night happens at about 9 p.m. currently. Remember, the firefighters that are fighting the bushfires aren't full-time firefighters. They have jobs like accountants, IT, etc. and do this as volunteers. They use up their annual leave to fight the fires, or if they have an understanding boss, leave without pay. I tip my hat to anyone that does this. I work in payroll and I had an employee apply for annual leave for the last 4 days as they were out fighting fires. I consulted all my higher-ups, requesting that we deny the leave and pay him his ordinary hours without sacrificing any leave he has accrued. They didn't even hesitate in agreeing with me. I only hope that other companies are able to do this. The statement NAB released that they'll provide unlimited paid leave to their volunteer firefighters made me so happy. They deserve so much for all they've done. Obligatory Platinum/Gold Edit. I thank you for these awards, but I don't deserve them. I'm purely doing what I believe is right. I'd much rather the money be spent on donating to these volunteers and to the people and animals who need our help. In addition to ops links, I know the CFA one has 4 options. One is a fund for the volunteers. Donations for Wildlife Victoria can be found here. I hope this isn't a stupid question or ignorant, but how did these start? Do we know? Extremely hot weather plus government doing a shitty job cleaning up debris plus possible arson equals huge bushfire crisis. Alright, so this is my area and I'm going to get really pedantic, but there is a major difference between arson and what the majority of people in Australia have been cited for. Arson is the willful burning of items in which they have the knowledge and intent of causing destruction and that can threaten homes/lives/vehicles/first responders/whatever. What the majority of people in Australia have been hit with is more or less negligent burning. This is things such as lighting a campfire and leaving it unattended, burning brush in your backyard and leaving it when a burn ban is in effect, and sometimes even smoking. Intentionally set fire/equals arson. Arson requires malicious intent. A lot of these people are just idiots. Source: whole lot of fire investigations. And on top of that, many of these arson charges may go unpunished. Arson is a notoriously hard crime to prove and get convictions for because of the nature of the crime. It literally destroys the evidence of it happening. So the people that have been arrested may never be faced punishment. Edit: a lot of these people who negligently burn still get arrested for being idiots. But it's not arson. Edit 2. Where climate change comes into this is the droughts are longer and more intense, allowing for the fires to spread faster, farther, and become more difficult to get under control as the fuel load is greatly increased. Many have suggested that the widespread reports of arson are a disinformation campaign to deny climate change. I can't speak with knowledge to that, but if it were true it would probably be because of the insinuation that arson equals bigger fires because arsonists can set multiple places.